there is a darkness within you, not evil, not broken, just exiled, unseen, unfelt, unspoken, but it waits, and the longer you ignore it, the louder it grows. It whispers in your anxiety, it shouts through your depression, it sabotages your relationships, and it twists your life into patterns you don't understand. This is the unconscious. This is the shadow. And Jung warned us, what you refuse to face will not go away. It will come back, as fate, as suffering, as repetition. This is a journey into your darkness. Not to destroy it, but to reclaim it. To heal, you must turn toward what you fear, not all at once, but courageously, gently, honestly. This is the process of shadow work, a term rooted in Jung's psychology. Here's how it begins. Self-honesty. Admit what you've denied. Feel what you've buried. Ownership. Take responsibility for your reactions, not just your intentions. Observation. Watch yourself when triggered. Your shadow lives in those moments. Compassion. Don't judge the darkness. Understand it. Listen to it. Expression. Give the shadow safe, creative outlets: writing, art, therapy, movement. Integration doesn't mean acting out your rage or desires. It means seeing them clearly, so they no longer control you in the dark. A man who has integrated his shadow is not dangerous. He is powerful, grounded, unshakable. He no longer suffers silently, because he is no longer at war with himself. Here's the paradox Jung left us with. Your darkness is not a curse, it's a key. The shadow contains everything you need. Your repressed anger holds your boundaries. Your jealousy contains your ambition. Your sadness hides your depth. Your fear masks your intuition. When you integrate your darkness, you become whole. You stop trying to be perfect and start becoming real. This is what Jung called individuation, the full expression of the self. Not half a person, not a polished illusion, but someone who has met their demons and lived to tell the story. You will suffer until you stop pretending you are only light. Because the truth is, you are both the storm and the calm, the fear and the courage, the shadow and the light. When we speak of darkness, we're not talking about sin or evil. We're speaking about what is unconscious, what you have disowned, denied, or suppressed. Your childhood pain you never resolved. The resentment you pretend doesn't exist. The desires you've buried under shame. The anger you turned inward because you weren't allowed to express it. This is the darkness, the shadow. It isn't bad, it's unknown. But anything unknown has power over you. You can't control what you won't face. You can't grow beyond what you won't name. You may think you're nice, mature, or in control, but underneath there is tension. And that tension, ignored, becomes torment. Jung taught that confronting this darkness is not optional. It is essential for transformation. And those who ignore it suffer endlessly, in patterns they don't even recognize. You don't need to go looking for your darkness. It's already expressing itself, silently, subtly, and consistently. Here are some of the signs. You explode over small things. You feel numb in moments that should be meaningful. You keep attracting the same toxic people. You can't stand being alone. You self-sabotage right before success. You feel like something's wrong, but you can't name it. These are not random flaws, they're symptoms of suppression. What you repress doesn't disappear, it leaks. In dreams, in addictions, in compulsions, in projection. You hate in others what you refuse to confront in yourself. You suffer not because you're broken, but because you are split. And part of you is screaming to be seen. Why do we hide parts of ourselves in the first place? Because we are taught, from a very young age, that some parts of us are unacceptable. As children, we are praised for being polite, quiet, obedient. We are punished for being angry, wild, or defiant, So we adapt, we build a mask, a version of ourselves designed to survive. This is what Jung called the persona, your public self. But what happens to the parts that don't fit the mask? They go underground, into the unconscious, into the shadow. And here's the tragedy. You become so identified with the mask, you forget there's anything behind it. You think the calmness is real, when it's just repression. You think the kindness is pure, when it's mixed with suppressed rage. You think the depression is a mystery, when it's your soul trying to speak. To ignore your darkness is to keep pretending that the mask is the whole truth. And in that lie, you suffer. You were not born to live half a life. You were not meant to wear a mask until you forget your own face. The parts of you that you fear are the parts you must reclaim, not to destroy, but to heal, to remember, to awaken. Jung did not offer comfort, he offered confrontation, because only in confrontation can you become free. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Carl Jung. So ask yourself, what part of you are you still afraid to face? Because the longer you avoid it, the deeper it controls you.